So let's see if we can get this going. Let's see how this looks. All right. Let's see where we're at. So sorry for the stream there. Stream issues. Gotta love when technical stuff happens. So make sure we're good, up and running. Let's see here. See if we can see what we're doing. Good. There we go. We're back in business. Okay, that's what I want to see. All right, much better. Should see people starting to populate in there. So I apologize for the hiccup. Let's see if we can get that up and running. Get some light in there. Let me just drop this down a little bit because it's a little bright. All right. See some people coming back through. There we go. All right. Okay, so I'm gonna let some people pop up here. We should see some people populating here in just a minute or two. Let people come in, and then we'll show the goods. I think we're gonna start up my next piece here in just a minute. People come on in. While that's going on, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to jump back on this Galactus piece. I think I'll just wrap this up, make it nice and tight. I see people popping up. Okay, so I'm going to use my my thicker pen. That's not the one I want to use. Excuse me. I'm going to jump in here. I'm going to use the. I'm going to use the one. So I want something a little thicker so I can go around the character, so I can make them pop out a little bit more. Really like that when that can happen. Hope everybody can see that. Perfect. Perfect. I'm going to share this guy here because I don't think anybody saw this pop up, but I'm going to put it on here. Let me grab my link. I don't know why that's not working, but hopefully that works. All right, let me start sharing. No, we're not going to do that. Okay, hopefully you guys are still able to see me. Okay. I don't see anybody yet. I'm gonna send this over to my buddy, and hopefully I should be able to see him in just a couple. That's what I want to do. There we go. Let me send this over to him. Oh, that's a dope Ozzy Osbourne piece. Can I not share it in here? That's weird. Apparently not. So I'll have to do that on here. So bear with me for a second, guys. Whatnot. Grab the stream that's going on right now. Why can I not see anything? That's weird. Huh. I can't see anything on my stream. Nobody else can see it too. That's really odd. That is really weird. I can see it over here. I don't know what that is. That's really weird. Okay, so that's all right. I'm going to copy this. I'll share this to my Instagram stories and do that. Done deal. Cool. Oh, that's cool. They mentioned me in the story. That's nice. I like that. That's very sweet of them. I see myself on the live stream. Waiting for everybody else. Just waiting for people to pop up. Send this to my buddy so he knows. Paste. So hopefully you can see my stream. We'll see. Because if this doesn't work, I'm going to be a little bothered. Okay. All right. So, well, in the meantime, let's go ahead and get Galactus all done. I think I found the sweet spot for where I need to put all my stuff. I like it. I thought I got a pretty good webcam, but I guess that camera doesn't really work well. I hate that. That's horrible. Makes me look bad. Let me see something real quick here, guys. Get my audio right. Hang on one second. Let's move my camera real quick here. Okay, cool. We're back in business. Cool. All right. All right. So I should have audio. Should be good to go. I'm gonna check and see if my stuff's streaming on YouTube. It should be. Should be live on there. Check the channel. Let's see. Oh, looky there. I am there. Sweet. Love it. It's working. All right. And I'm just going to double check, make sure my Twitch is got it there too. Let's see here. And that's good. Yeah, it's all working. I like that. Makes me very happy when things work. I like it a lot. See, do I have anybody watching on this one? Let's see. Nobody yet. All right, let me see here. So I just want to let everybody know that I had to start a new stream. It sucks, but at least we're back and running. I just can't see my new one. It's weird. Okay, there it is. All right. It's gonna be hard to do a giveaway if I don't have anybody in here. I think he looks really good, and I'm gonna use my pencil here just to kind of give it a little color. Here, I gotta turn off my audio on this one so I don't have this feedback going on. It's weird having multiple channels. It's a lot of stuff to monitor. I think I'm going to start trying to do my stream a little earlier. I don't think I have enough of an audience yet to really make this work at night. I've been told that 10 o'clock's a little late for people. I myself don't have an issue with it, but if I really want to grow this audience, I think I'm going to have to probably go a little bit earlier. I do like educating and I do like doing this, so I think I'm going to definitely consider that. I'm looking at my schedule for the fall, and I think I'm going to be able to make that happen. I'm toying with the idea of um, doing it on Thursdays in the morning, and then possibly doing it Wednesdays for a little bit. I might be able to pull this off for like 3 days a week. We're going to find out. Um, but at least I want to add in another day where I can do this more often. I really would like to do that. Oh, I think I'm going to use a different pencil. So this is what's going to end up happening. I'm going to end up doing, I'm going to add this red pencil lead in for those of you that are watching. I'm going to add this in, and then I am going to go back over it with some cross hatching, and it will make this red line pop out a little bit more. You don't have to go crazy with your shading in order to really make things work. Just gotta be unique in the things that you create. Oh, perfect. Rembrandt, thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, Rembrandt, since you're my main guy on here, I'm gonna pose a question to you. What are you hoping to see out of this year's Comic Con? What do you want to see most? Is there something that you're anticipating? Is there a panel that you want to hear from? Uh, I don't really know what they're gonna really pull off this year. It's gonna probably be an interesting year of stuff. Um, oh, really? Really? Have you ever been to San Diego Comic Con? Oh, really? I honestly, I've never been, so I don't know how the whole thing works. I thought that like Comic Con was a thing that anybody could go to. You grab a ticket and you could do that. OAX. What kind of con is that? What is OAX? I'm not familiar with that one. That one's done. It's weird. Original Art Expo. Is that in your city or in your state? Oh man, you're gonna be on my side of things. You're gonna be in my neck of the woods. I mean, Orlando's not that far away from me. It's probably about maybe a hour and a half away. I'm not familiar with that con now. That's a new one for me. Are you gonna get to do anything else while you're here in Orlando, in Florida? Really? It's an art con. I'm gonna have to take a look at this real quick because I'm curious. OAX. Huh. You've piqued my interest. I'm curious to see what this is. Uh, okay. OAX art. Oh, it's next year. Okay. Man, I am I am intrigued. I might have to see if I can get a spot. Wonder if they have like a what their artist alley looks like price wise. Huh. Let me see what they're asking for the tables. Oh man, this is an exclusive kind of thing. I'm definitely gonna have to look into this. I think for me that's probably gonna be a better route to take. I like this. Thanks for the heads up on that. I like when I get to know about new cons. I'm definitely gonna have to take a look at this one and see because I really want to get back into doing conventions. I haven't been to a convention. Um, Yeah, I think it would be a good move for me. I really want to kind of challenge myself. I like getting out of my own genre. I love doing comic book art, but I want to be able to do other things and challenge myself with other parts of my skills, be that like painting and ceramics and stuff like that. So I think that would be really cool. And you never know, you and I actually might get to meet face to face if I can get into this place. That would be really cool. Again, thank you for the heads up on that. That's cool. I'm glad that you let me know about that. I think what I might do is I'm gonna see. Oh, that would be dope. That would be really really cool. Um, I think what I might do. Um, I'm definitely gonna look into um, seeing who's in there or seeing about getting in there and see if I can jump on that one. I think it'll be a lot of fun. And being that there's a lot of lead time, that would give me enough time to get some stuff ready for that show. Is it like a traditional convention in any way? All right, I think I'm done with that one. I'm gonna post that one up there in just a minute. So, Rembrandt, since you're in here, I'm going to go ahead and let you see this some of the stuff. What's up, Toy Beard? So these are some of the pieces that I have that I just put up in the shop. So got a lot of new prints available. Who is that? Toy Beard, who are you? Okay, that's cool. Toy Beard. I don't know. Is that you, Ben? Good to see you on here, man. Is that is this where you sell a lot of your stuff, Ben? Ah, okay. So Rembrandt, I'm definitely gonna look into that show. Thank you very much. So what I'm gonna do tonight, guys, depends on how many people I get between now and the next hour. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hook both of you guys up. If this works out, I'll hook you up with a piece of artwork. So these are some of the new prints, by the way. Because Rembrandt, I still got to send out your piece, the cable piece, which will go out Friday finally. Um, so I'll send that out to you. It's good to see you're on here, Ben. It's been a very long time. I'm glad to see that you're feeling much, much better, man. That health scare was crazy. Um, so these are some of the pieces. So if you want to take advantage, that's on there. And then I also put up commission size options too. But again, nobody's obligated to get any of this stuff. I just wanted to make sure that everybody knew that this is new stuff that I just put up there. So those are some of the pieces. They're also loaded up on the shop. So that way, if you guys want to see those, they're there. Okay. I don't know if either of you guys saw this. All right. Get some rest. Hope you feel better. Say hello to the family. Keep healthy, all that fun stuff. Okay. Have a great night. All right. So, Rembrandt, did you see this? That piece right there? This good old. Okay. So, this piece is not going to be colored. So this is going to be completely black and white. I'm going to try to do more of these. These covers, I'm going to bring this up a little bit. These covers don't like ink and other stuff. So I decided I'm not going to color this one. But this is cool because you get the Joe Mad artwork on it. It's his Avenging Spider-Man that he did. So you get that. I just want to make sure that you saw that. Um, but Rembrandt, you might get the hook up tonight, my man. I might have to give you because you hung in there with me, so that's a cool piece. I'm gonna work on this one tonight. So I got Rocket, and I'm gonna wrap up tonight. Get that really good. You want to custom? We do customs, and then I thought there was one more I did because you're on here. Oh, did you see this guy? Yeah, I love this piece. I mean, I have three more covers that are coming, or four more covers come in hopefully next week. I'm gonna do star all four of the Fantastic Four. So I'm gonna do the other three, and then I'm gonna put Galactus on the last one. So it'll all look like this, all dope pieces. So for tonight, you get to join me. I'm gonna wrap up this piece, and then yeah, I think it's gonna be really cool. I wish it was gonna be done before the movie came out, but I think just because I want to do them right, I'm going to do a little bit at a time, and I'll probably release them over the next week, so that way everybody can have a chance to watch the movie and then be like, I need to get that set. I really want to make it worthwhile. So that's what I'm going to do. I'll make it dope. All right, I got to find my good pencil. All right, Rembrandt, I know you're a tremendous fan of Magic, but is there another character that you really like? All right, so there's got to be another person. Okay. Really? So are you a fan like when you say you're X-Men fan, now when did you become like a fan of the X-Men back in the 90s or were you one of the people that got on it a little bit later on? So you grew up watching the X-Men on back in the 90s, you know, the Fox version? You know what? It's kind of weird that you bring that up because uh, I was in that same area. I mean, I got into X Men, like Uncanny X Men, when Jim Lee was doing it, along with like Mark Silvestri and stuff like that. Um, when that first X Men book came out, I can't tell you how many copies of that thing I bought and that I own. It's still to this day one of the best books that I mean visually, because they were limited on the tools that they had, right? So I really am a humongous fan of that stuff. So yeah, kudos to you, my friend, for getting on that. And your knowledge goes deep when it comes to that stuff. Yeah, I just Jim Lee to me, and even to this day, and there, I would say all those people that came from that X universe, and I really wish they could rebuild or have a new evolution of what they did. Now that group, that crop of artists that they had at that time, they were they were stellar. They really knew how to capture lightning in a bottle. I feel like Marvel messed up when that happened, and it hasn't been able to be reclaimed because I don't think there's people in there right now that have the same kind of passion that those guys did. I would love to see um, I would love to see some people stay with books for a while and really dig their feet in or dig their heels in really hard, to make books that had that kind of um, legacy. That's a hard one to do. Jim Lee and hell, all of those guys. Yeah, they don't have those long-standing stories. I think that's partially because Marvel is too has too much stuff, and I think a lot of I wouldn't say a lot. I would just say Marvel has too many properties out there. I think if they kind of like brought it in, almost like what they're doing with the Marvel movie stuff. I think if they kind of like lessen the amount of titles, then they could really focus in on great storytelling. I mean, when you have 40 different books a month, something's got to give. I mean, you can only do but so much, right? And I really think that that suffers. I'm hoping that somebody will wise up before it's too much and fix this problem because it's becoming an issue. It's hard for collectors, man. I mean, you were because you're a kid of like the 90s, 80s, late 80s, probably 90s. Um, you remember when comic books used to be like $1.25 when they switched up and they were like maybe $2 for the special editions. You remember all that? Yeah, I mean, he- you as a consumer and me as a consumer know that if you give us a good quality piece, we're gonna pay money for it. But don't go crazy and trying to rape our wallets for for your benefit. I mean, I know you got to pay your talent, but I don't firmly believe that the talent is getting all that money. I really don't believe that. Yeah, I mean, I have books that are $1.25 too. I mean, when I first started, I know because I have produced my own books and whatnot. Oh shoot, what happened here? I know that when I produce my own comics, I know it didn't cost me. It doesn't cost as much as people make it out to be, right? To do a 32-page book now, I mean, if you were doing a single book, yeah, I mean, it would. I mean, $5. I think for an independent makes sense. But when you're mass producing these things and you're buying bulk quantities, we're talking like 40 to 80,000 copies, if not more, for some books. You can definitely um, figure something out. I think that they want people to pay too much, and that hurts the quality of book that you get. I really do. I feel like the amount of books that they produce, it should be an event to get stories like good stories. I don't think there's been a. I can't remember in a while for a while since they've had a an event for a comic book. I can't even tell you when the last time they had something like that happen. Let me see something. I got my. Let me see here. Hello, Amber. How you doing? Nice to see you on here. We were just talking comics in reference to stuff that we like, and Rim Grant was just letting me know that he's a big X-Men fan, and I was trying to say that old comics, the reason why they just don't work nowadays, at least in my opinion, is that it is very money driven. At the end of the day, it's very, 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 very much money driven. I feel like that hurts a product. I mean, if you're gonna make something, if you're gonna want me to pay for it, man, Give me something that lasts. I mean, case in point, like most of the stories that when I was growing up in the '90s, we'll take a look at like McFarlane because he's my favorite, like one of my favorite artists. Um, so when he got his run on Spider-Man, his first part of Spider-Man was the Torment series, right? It was 5 issues, a nice cohesive story with very like bonkers artwork. It was a lot of fun, right? You cannot take anything away from what he did in that book. I mean, he had characters like Calypso in there. He had a very savage lizard in there. Um, he had a who was it? Craven the Hunter, like all decrepit and everything in there. Every page was something that you could look at and you're like, wow, this is incredible. It was a fun story all the way around, right? When he moved on and he did the next arc, which was the Hobgoblin and the Ghost Rider, that piece was phenomenal. And then he goes on to do the Wendigo piece, and that was just a ride. That was a lot of fun. So not only did you get to see Wolverine in his old brown and what was it, the brown and gold costume, but then you got to see him reprise his gold and blue costume, and that costume got utilized in for future books, which people don't realize. Like what they did is that they would do little things and they would use those Easter eggs throughout, all the other books. Just little things like that. So that was fun. And people only don't catch on to that. Those things are not really utilized much now. It's all about production. I would rather have a really damn good story versus tons and tons of books. We were to kind of go like the whole idea of how they do like European comics and um, doing like mangas and stuff like that. Like those are events. When those books come out, it's like movie status, right? And that's the way I personally would love to see something come out. Like if you produce a book, like let's just say you produce 4 books a year. Now I know as Americans we're impatient and we want stuff like now. But if you were to produce something like that and you give quality, people are going to buy. People will definitely buy. But if you look at it like this, if people know that they're going to spend $20 for a graphic novel, they're going to spend that $20 for a graphic novel. Okay, well, give me $20 worth of quality. Those individual books that we buy monthly, that's what ends up happening to them anyway. But we're I need to have it now thing, and I think that's really the problem. We could fix that. That would be a huge piece, but that's okay. That's I think when we learn how to slow things down, that will be helpful. So I got to give Rocket some nails here. He is a raccoon. I think he's got enough hardware. And let's see. Do we want to? I think I'm going to give him his tail. And he's got to have that raccoon kind of tail, so it's got to have the stripes and shit on it. Excuse my language. Everybody see that? There we go. Pull that over there. I think he's looking really good. Okay, cool. Yeah, I wanted to have a rocket raccoon that, had lots and lots of equipment, lots of weapons, because that's his thing. He creates all sorts of stuff. And my thought process behind this as well is that I really thought I wanted to have something where if anybody's familiar with like Rob Liefeld, like old Rob Liefeld, not this new stuff that he's doing, but old Rob Liefeld, where he had guns that just didn't make any sense. They didn't look like people like could could hold them. They were insane. That's what I wanted Rocket to have, and that's what I feel like I've captured in this piece. Let's see if there's anything else I want to add to his stuff. I think I've got everything in here I wanted. I think it's going to work well off the idea I had. And I think I'm good. I like it. I'm going to stop there. You got to find a point to say enough is enough. All right. And I think what I'm going to do. Nope. We're just going to stick with this. Okay. So let's go ahead and jump in here and just get him going. I always start with the eyes because it tends to be my favorite part of the character. So if I nail the eyes right, then we're good. When I don't nail the eyes, then you lose the emotion of the character. Yeah, I wanted to play with a different style. So I decided to do this one very different from my usual stuff. I mean, I can do a variety of different styles. But I think this like Rocket leans himself more to a comical, cartoony style. So I thought it made more sense to have him look like that. So Rimgrant, have you put any thought into like doing a character or something like that with your style of artwork that you do? Yeah, I think you have a very unique type of artwork that you do. I'm definitely a fan. I can't wait to see, how you expand that design style because it's so unique. I mean, I see a lot of work, but line work like yours is very, very cool. All right. So, Rembrandt, what I'm going to do for you is I want you to tell me if you had one character that you could take from the X-Men outside of Magic, who would you like to see created? And because you hung in here with me tonight, you kind of you stayed online with me and came back on even though I had technical issues. Um, I'm gonna hook you up in addition to your cable that I'm sending out to you. All right, so Psylocke. You know, I'm gonna hook you up on the Psylocke piece. I don't do Psylocke, and honestly, the last time I did a Psylocke, and it frustrates me to this day that I gave this to a friend of mine, and I'm probably going to have to reach out to him because I'm doing this for you. Um, he asked me for a Psylocke, probably when I was first starting out in my commission world, and he's such a good guy. He bought this Psylocke off of me. I still don't think it's the best piece I've ever done. I really hadn't been strong on drawing women at that point in time, so she had very masculine features. Um, yeah, I'm gonna definitely throw down on this Psylocke for you. Now, because I'm a kid from that Jim Lee era of Psylocke, I think I'm gonna probably go that route. Just want to give you a heads up. Hey, dream come true. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, tonight I've done I did a Galactus, and then I'm working on this Rocket Raccoon piece. Try to get through most of this inking for this one. Yeah, that's starting to look really good. So what I'll do for you, Rembrandt, is I'm going to send out that I'll send out the cable with the Psylocke. You'll get both. No problem. I know it'll work well with the rest of your collection, so I know that'll be cool. I appreciate you being on here, so that's the least I can do. So Dreamcatcher, or sorry, yeah, Dream Come True. Is there a specific comic book character that you like? Okay, I think he's looking good. Had a whole list of things I was going to talk about tonight, but my brain has gotten messed up because that whole technical problem I had earlier really threw me off. But I do want to talk some stuff, right? So I talked about Marvel earlier, but what I didn't talk about is the announcement that Kevin Feige had dropped this past week. So we have confirmation that there's new stuff coming, right? So we know there's an X Men movie coming. We know that they want to work on Blade. So, like I said, where's my Blade movie? Hopefully, I'll see it soon. Hello, Michelle Pad. How are you doing? Welcome to the stream. Um, so that's good stuff. Um, we know that um, Infinity War and all that stuff is coming. But the cool stuff that we found out recently is that they were trying to move away from King because it wasn't working. Which I have two sides of this coin, right? So Kevin Feige said that they weren't doing King, like they were trying to move away from him. However, this was said to us after the fact, right? It was mentioned in a couple articles after the Jonathan Majors thing had happened, but I think you know they realized it wasn't going to work after the whole thing that happened with Ant Man and the Wasp. I think that's when the turning point happened because it didn't make any sense. Why are you going to bring your big bad into um, that series and have him get beat by Ant Man? It just didn't make any sense to me, at least. And even though Jonathan Majors is a fantastic actor, um, I don't think it was the right move to make. And I'm glad that somebody had the wherewithal to pivot and really come up with an idea and bringing in um, Doctor Doom. And my hope is that when they do this whole thing, that they'll right the ship and go back to awesome storytelling. And I think that's what Kevin Feige really wants to do because his legacy is cemented, but it is tarnished. So I mean, he's got the biggest franchise of all time underneath his belt. Like there's nobody else right now that has that. I mean, you can say Bond, but no, Bond does not have that. All of the Marvel properties together have made more than the Bond franchise, and I think Bond is the longest running franchise next to them. Um, but think about it; they produced all that in a matter of 10 years. In 10 years, I think they were pretty close to what Bond had done in that. Over the course of I would say what 50 years, 40 years. Granted, they didn't have the same kind of budgets like Marvel slash Disney has, um, but that's here nor there. My point to that is, well, what are we looking at? We got 7 minutes. Okay, I can do a lot of work in 7 minutes. Um, but Kevin Feige, I don't think wants to lose. I don't think he likes to know that he was beaten by a problem that he did not cause. So I think he's going to finish strong. I think he really wants to do this until it's done. I thought that he would be done after the Infinity Saga was done, but I don't think he I don't think he felt right leaving. And I think he really wants to get things in the right spot so that way at the end of the day his baby can go in the hands of somebody else and it'll be okay. So I don't think we're going to see Kevin Feige leaving for quite a while because I don't foresee him letting this next wave do what this last one did. This multiverse series was, I'm going to say it, it was stupid. It was really, really dumb. I don't like the multiverse. I've never liked it. It doesn't make sense. I feel like it's a poor way of getting out of a situation. And when you saw it done practically, it definitely didn't make any sense. And maybe that practical part was due to the fact that they really didn't know what the hell they were doing. They were just shooting from the hip. And that's never been a Marvel way of doing things. Like they don't do that. I think Marvel learned a good lesson throughout this stuff. And it's definitely to take your time. And when a project is not right, we don't let the public see it because that's bad on us. But that's my whole spiel on the Kevin Feige thing. I think it's good that he's made these announcements. He's let people know that Marvel is doing different things. They are tightening up things. They are making sure that they are doing the quality thing over the quantity thing. I think the one other thing I wanted to address tonight before I, throw in the towel is the new trailer for Mortal Kombat. Yeah, I agree. Like that, I think if they'd done Multiverse as a what if series, I think that would have been way better. Like if they just held it in there, I think that would have been way, way better. 100% agree. Rim Grant, I definitely want to get your thoughts on this because I know it's not a Marvel thing, but I'm curious to see what your thoughts are on this. So, last week, the Mortal Kombat trailer was released. Now, I grew up with Mortal Kombat. I was there when gaming consoles had the rating put on them, and kids could not buy it unless their parents bought the gaming console for them or bought the game for them, so they weren't allowed to buy it. I mean, to this day, I'm kind of like shocked that that even happened, but anyway, it did. Um, I remember the blood scenes. I remember there was a time when Sega Genesis had blood in it and Nintendo's did not. The Super Nintendo did not. So it's crazy to think that that actually happened. And now we have a new Mortal Kombat that's out, right? And the Mortal Kombat actually looks pretty damn good. Like it's silly in parts. Yeah, the NES version of the Mortal Kombat, they released two versions of it. So anybody that had Sega Genesis, they got the arcade edition, where when you did the uppercut and you were in that one level where you were standing and you did the uppercut on somebody, and then they fell to the bottom, and they landed on the spikes. That's when that console had it. So that's why people were clamoring to get the Sega Genesis at that point in time, because you could do that. My friends and I would take the we would, because not all of us had the ability to buy Mortal Kombat. We would share Mortal Kombat. So I remember a couple of friends of mine had it, and they would be like, "Hey, can we borrow it for the weekend?" So they bring it in. We would play it for the weekend, beat it, and then bring it back to our friends. I remember that happening quite a few times, because I did not. My parents were damn sure not buying that game for me, um, and I didn't get enough allowance to actually make that happen. So that was not happening. But this new Mortal Kombat actually looks good. I'm pretty happy for it. I really am looking forward to seeing what they're going to do on it. It's been in the making for a while. Like, they made it, they've had it, they've held on to it for, I think, almost a year now, and now it's coming out finally. So in November, we're going to get to see a new Mortal Kombat movie. That'll be fun. The marketing for it was smart. They leaned heavy into the Johnny Cage part, which I really liked. They were smart to do that. Um, the fact that they got Carl Urban to be Johnny Cage, you know, every time he's played like a superhero character, he's over the top. Yeah, I'm a big fan of Carl Urban. I mean, they he's done great in The Boys. He did great as Judge Dredd. Still my favorite Judge Dredd, even though they're going to make another version of it. He still by far is great, and he. I remember seeing him back when he was in Lord of the Rings. I think that's the first time I ever saw him, and he was great in that. He's just got a cool presence about him. I think if they can do great fights and avoid some of the pitfalls from the last movie, I think we'll be good. I think releasing it in November is smart, because November does not have a ton of movies like it. So that's smart. It's very, very intelligent. All right. I said I was going to do 7 minutes. I want to finish up this other gun. So I'm going to definitely do that before I call it a night. Because I got to get myself up in the morning. I got an appointment I got to get to tomorrow. Yeah, I think I'm definitely going to consider doing earlier streams for the fall. I think my schedule is definitely going to work out for that. Just going to have to make sure. A lot of my friends and people that I talk to on here, they're like, Marcus, you definitely need to look at possibly considering doing early, because 10 o'clock's way too late for me. I'm not, I don't get tired very easily, especially when I'm drawing. I have a hell of a lot of fun doing that. Okay, I think that looks dope. That looks really cool. I will end up wrapping this guy up tomorrow. Um, because I have this and I have to come up with a. I'm finishing up a mock up, not a mock up, I should say. It's a an 11 by 17 piece. I have a concept that I've done. I just got to throw down. um, I just have to get my get this thing wrapped up and then ship it out to one of my customers. But it's a Sinister six piece, and I'm one of the six artists that get to do the book, do the cover. But I'm the artist that gets to do the concept for the cover, which is like you don't get a chance to do that often. So I'm definitely going to throw down. I have so many ideas about how I want to do it, and I roughed it out. And I just got to get back with this guy and let him know, hey, look, I apologize for the lateness on it, but um, I wanted to really give you something cool. Um, Especially if you're going to have other artists, following up on your stuff. Like they're supposed to take the same they're supposed to take the poses and then make it their own. You can't half-ass that stuff. You gotta challenge them. Got to make it dynamic. So that is on the plate coming up. So I'll post my end of it, and then hopefully when the client gets done with it, he'll send me a copy of what it looks like when it's done. Because I'm doing the first piece, but throughout all of 2026, he is going to have other artists throw down on that piece. All right. I think I'm going to call it on this one for the night, but I think that looks really good. All right. So, Grant, I'm going to start working on that side lock, hopefully, probably Friday, and get that out to you along with your cable. But I do have your address information. I'll make sure I get that out to you ASAP. Okay. So I'm going to call it for the night. You have yourself a good one, and I will talk to you next week. If you have any questions for me, feel free to reach out. Okay. Have a great night. Bye, guys.